Hello everybody, my name is Petr Koutný. Today I am going to show a really surprising game. Garry Kasparov should resign only after first 15 moves. Of course he will fight much more longer till he will lose this game, but his position is lost after first 15 moves. And that's not a really common game, because Garry Kasparov used to be one of the strongest chess player, one of the best chess player in chess history, and today Vasily Ivanchuk is going to play one of his most exciting chess game and maybe one of the most famous his game, because he is going to beat great Garry Kasparov, and I'm going to show you this game. So let's welcome, let's enjoy, and let's watch this video till end, because you will see beautiful chess game. If you are going to enjoy this video, and I believe so, feel free and press like or press follow and made my day. Now Vasily Ivanchuk played queen f3, g6. g6 is not a bad move. Yes, of course, it's not winning, it's not losing anything, but it's a little bit more risky. Just imagine that here everything is fine because black's got dark squares bishop. Without this bishop, you could find too many dark squares weaknesses, and that's exactly the reason why this position is a little bit more risky for black. If white will manage to exchange dark squares bishops, okay, great, then his attack against black's king should be much more powerful and maybe winning. For this reason, it's hard to see now in top GM to see this variation. Bishop e3, bishop g7, h3, and now it's interesting what I'm going to tell you. If black is going to play short castle and long castle and now e5, say everything is fine. But you could be surprised that immediately e5 move, it's not the best move. Has one big drawback, and Vasily Ivanchuk is player with great amount of fantasy, so he's going to find this drawback and he's going to take on e5, and now he's going to surprise everybody. He's going to play move bishop h6. And that's exactly the reason why I told you that g6 move is okay till there is a dark squares bishop. Without this bishop, there are only problems. So Vasil played bishop h6, and now it's up to black if he is able to find only one move. I will tell you that Garry Kasparov is going to take on h6, and that's a mistake. Nearly losing mistake. Okay, it's a mistake. Short castle, it's a mistake as well. And this variation is beautiful. So I'm sure that you agree that white will take on g7 and now on f6. Check. That's a beautiful surprise, because knight d5, check fork, and then of course it's fork to black's rook on a8. Only one move what black should play here is knight h5. It's very difficult to see this variation till end. And of course, I'm not going to blame anybody, because this is a typical computer move. Say that white will take on g7, now knight d5, and here check on f6. If you going to see this variation till now, of course you will agree that white is nearly winning, because black has too many issues. But if you are going to check this position with computer, maybe computer will tell you that here is move knight f5. Yes, for a human it's difficult to see this move, and maybe for this reason Garry Kasparov missed this variation, and we are coming back here exactly in our famous position. Garry took on h6. white took it on f6 with a threat to win a rook, and here is a knight d5 with a deadly threat, checkmate on e7. There is only one move to play, and as you know, in a difficult position it's not a difficult to play bad move. And that's exactly happened to Garry Kasparov. Even Garry Kasparov in a difficult position has a big issues to find the strongest move. And check on a5 was okay, and now he is losing after queen d8. He's not losing immediately, but he is losing a queen and game in future. But the best here, it was bishop g7, another typical and hard computer move. So let's see what should be happened if this happened. So after this variation, okay, at the end maybe white should have still some kind of advantage. How big advantage is it? I don't know. And it's a big question if Vasil Ivanchuk should be able to beat here Garry Kasparov. Slight advantage, of course, but a not winning position. But never mind, let's come back because what we remember. Now after queen d8, check on e7, and because of check or checkmate, black has to take on e7. Yes, of course. If you're going to check a material, I think that you agree with me that white's got more material. So he's nearly winning. And now what I'm enjoying is Garry Kasparov fate in his power. He is going to fight. And that's exactly the best way how to be strong chess player. Never ever lose or never ever resign too early. Just fight till end. Maybe you will get another second chance. And unfortunately for Garry Kasparov, he is without chance right now, but maybe in the future, tomorrow, next day, next game, he will survive and he will save a lost position. Knight c6 and queen c5, and what is beautiful here, to see this dark squares bishop. Yes, I agree with you that this dark squares bishop on e3 is a monster. It's a super strong piece, and Vasil Ivanchuk is not worried to play rook f3 and to take this bishop. So he's coming to offer black some of his material. He is not worried to give back something from his advantage, but that's the best way. Every time when your opponent has such a super strong piece, do something and do your best to not allow him to see this piece on the board. So knight d8 happened, and now rook f3, bishop e6, and now finally Vasil Ivanchuk is going to exchange this bishop, and he is going to maybe to take out the last Garry Kasparov hope. Okay, maybe up to material everything is fine. Okay, nearly fine, but still don't forget that black is playing this position without dark squares bishop, and that's a critical for black. His king is weak, and his king is the biggest weakness. So, only what to tell you that well done to Vasil Ivanchuk. Maybe this position doesn't look like too easy, but it's nearly easy. So, rook d5, white is going to offer another exchange, and b6, and now queen g3, and say rook c8. That's a variation which will tell us that white is winning without any difficulties. After queen d6, maybe knight a4, I think that e5 with a threat e6. And it's really important to see this position. Too many dark squares, weaknesses are here, because there is no dark squares bishop, and that's exactly the story of this game. G6 is not a bad move if there is dark squares bishop. If there is no dark squares bishop, that's a terrible hard position for everybody in the world. So that was only variation, and it's interesting to watch this game till end. So what we remember: queen g3, rook c7, and queen d6. Of course, black has another worry about this pawn. If this pawn is falling down, here is a pass pawn, and this pass pawn is only 1, 2, 3 moves away from a winning square. So rook c8, okay, now rook d2 and rook b7, g4, and it's a nearly surprise that white is starting attack against black's king. Everything makes sense because there is no dark squares bishop, and black's king is the biggest black weakness. Okay, okie dokie, knight c5 and queen f6. Yes, these squares are the best squares for white species, and only it's nice to see this position. For example, knight e4 looks like fork. How is possible that this move is not working? Because of weak dark squares. Check on d8, of course, check, and check on d4. There is a knight on e4, has to go to f6, and now g5. Again, dark squares weaknesses are the main reason why this position is lost for black. And that's maybe a good lesson to us to remember. If Garry Kasparov has a difficulties to save this game, we should be worried to play move g6 and to not be sure that our dark squares bishop will survive till end of the game. What happened? h6, okay, e5, h4, and h5, g5. White managed to find another weaknesses, and one is on b6 and one on h6. Only one move is going to play, and with this move are there 2 threats, so it's good to increase our power and ask black how he's going to defend this position. He played rook e6. Okay, it's a good move, but that's another exchange, and that's exactly what black is not happy to see. Another exchange. Okay, now a3, a4, and now only white is waiting for some good black's moves. He took on b6, and now finally, after fight, Garry Kasparov resigned. There's a question why Garry Kasparov resigned here. I'm absolutely sure for 2 reasons. One is this pass pawn, second is this weak black's king. Say, let's watch this variation. For example, maybe rook d7 makes sense to me, and I think that it's hard to believe that there is something what is giving black only one hope to survive. That's it, and we saw 2 interesting moments of this game. First, great Ivanchuk's fantasy, and second, how was nice to follow Garry Kasparov's fight. He was fighting, and even at the end he is losing this game. His fight was maybe something what we should follow. That's the best answer. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and if yes, feel free and press like or press follow and make my day and stay by me. Thank you very much for watching. See you soon. Bye bye.